Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this video, we'll provide a deeper insight into navigation to establish a company in Indonesia. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the rest of the videos in this series for a comprehensive guide. Now, let's dive into the details of company establishment in Indonesia. Today, we'll be talking about risk-based approach licensing, a comprehensive guide for obtaining business licenses for foreign direct investment companies in Indonesia. So in this video, we'll be mainly talking about risk-based approach licensing and construction stage. What is risk-based approach RBI licensing? So in the previous episode, we introduced the concept of risk-based approach licensing, which impacts the procedure and timeline for establishing your company. In this episode, we'll delve deeper into risk-based approach licensing and provide a comprehensive overview. So the risk-based approach, or RBA, is a new business licensing procedure introduced after the Job Creation Law and Government Regulation number 5 of 2021, replacing the old Government Regulation number 24 of 2018 regime. RBA classifies and determines licensing procedures based on impact assessments, including factors like identification of business activities, evaluation of level of hazard, assessment of the potential for hazards to occur, determination of the risk level and business scale, and also determination of the type of business licensing. The main purpose of the RBA licensing is to simplify the business licensing procedure, which involves changing the previous procedures of the old regime and require the fulfillment of requirements in advance for all business sectors. Meanwhile, under RBA, the requirements are verified afterwards for certain business classified as low to medium risk. To implement the Government Regulation number 5 of 2021, the government introduced the online single submission risk-based approach, or we call it OSS RBA system, which serves as an integrated licensing platform. Under the OSS RBA system, the business licensing process is primarily conducted online. Your application will be automatically forwarded to the relevant ministry system according to your proposed KBLI code sectors. So, as we have talked in the previous episodes, there's three categories. Number one is low risk category. In low risk category, we need only NIB. For the business classified as low risk, the required primarily licensing is NIB, meaning after the company applied the KBLI and acquired NIB, it can immediately start the operation of business. And the second one is medium category. In medium category, you need only NIB and plus standard certificate, as the subcategory of medium category is medium low. For the medium low business, the company is only required to declare their willingness and capabilities to fulfill their business or product standard to obtain the verified standard certificate. The procedure of self-declaration will be an integral part of KBLI's application. As such, self-declaration form is provided on OSS RBA system and will automatically be verified by the OSS RBA system. This means the company can start the business operation first, while actual fulfillment of business or product standard can be done during the operation of business or certain period after the business licenses are issued as required by relevant regulation. And the second subcategory of medium one is medium high risk. So meanwhile, for the medium high risk business, the procedure is a little bit complex, as it requires the company to fulfill all the business or product standard first. Once the company has applied the KBLI, the OSS RBA will issue unverified NIB and standard certificate. The company must proceed with the submission of required documents which serve as the proof that a company has fulfilled the business or product standard. The relevant ministry will examine the fulfillment of business or product standard to grant the verification to the company. Once the company obtains the verified standard certificate, then it can start the business operation. And the last one is high risk category. So in high risk category, you need to acquire NIB, standard certificate, and or license. The business classified as high risk is commonly required certain license, approval, and or permit in each sector, where it might be relevant to the business and product the company. Therefore, the process of licensing might take a longer time. Once the company has acquired the necessary licenses, then it will be examined by the relevant ministry to grant the verification. Once the all required licenses have been verified, then the company can start the business operation. So the preparation for or construction stage is, as you might be aware, the process of business licensing for a medium, high, and high risk business might take certain time, depending on the requirement itself. However, as RBI also aimed to ease the process, the government will issue unverified NIB and standard certificate first for the company, which will enable the company to prepare the business itself and other necessary matters. The period during unverified business licenses to verified is referred to as construction stage. The government has determined the allowed activities during this period, which will be explained in the next section. So example, general overview of high-risk business licensing. We took the example of KBLI number 13993 that classified as high-risk business. This KBLI number 13993 covers the non-woven industry, which in this example, we take the industry for medical mask and or tampon in particular. So first KBLI application is on OSS RBA. Then the company can start the preparation of environmental document to acquire environmental approval, concurrently with the preparation of sectoral licensing. This process must be done to each relevant government institution, both online and offline. Therefore, you are suggested to consult with your consultant to research on the required sectoral licensing towards your business and product. Once the company has acquired all necessary sectoral licensing and environmental approval, then the company must submit all the documents to Ministry of Industry to obtain the verification. So we'll be talking about the government environmental approval. Environmental approval is a crucial subject in the RBA that classifies the business risk. The required environmental documentation is based on the assessment of the business's operation against the surrounding environment. So the environment impact is higher impact than the higher level of required environmental document. So the environmental documents are comprised of the SPPL for business with no environmental impact. SPPL will automatically be issued on OSS RBA. Therefore, SPPL will also serve as environmental approval. And the next one is UKL and UPL for business with potential environmental impact. And the third one is AMDAL for business with potential environmental impact. The company must prepare and submit UKL, UPL, or AMDAL to the Ministry of Environmental and Forest. If the documents have been sufficient, then Ministry of Environmental and Forest will issue the environmental approval. The government has determined for the list of which business be required for UKL and UPL or AMDAL on Ministry of Environmental and Forest based on Regulation number 4 of 2021. There are certain KBLI codes that determine to have AMDAL. Meanwhile, other KBLI codes require environmental documents are determined by the assessment towards total area of land and building, groundwater consumption, and surface water consumption. So for the example is the next slide. You can see in your screen an environmental approval for non-KBLI, starting from the subject and the category of your land area until the surface water consumption. So moving on for the next stage is construction stage. In this category, we'll be talking about what business activities are permissible during the construction stage. According to Government Regulation number 5 of 2021 and its implementation regulations, your company is allowed to engage the following activities during the construction process. So the first one is land acquisition, construction of building, procurement of machine or equipment, employment. It consists of hiring, employee agreement, company regulation registration as well, and also fulfillment with business standard and/or other activities like before the commencement of operation and/or commercial activities, including feasibility study, financing for preparation, production of product samples, and also export or import raw materials for the samples. That's it for today. If you have further required, you can contact us through our official email in your screen, grm@faircongrp.com. And don't forget to subscribe our channel. And see you in the next video. Bye bye.